I'm going to demonstrate some good technique for looking words up in a pocket dictionary. For that purpose, I've listed these 4 words here: pair, ubiquitous, dar, and mnemonic. Words which you may or may not know the meanings of. But the point is, if you come across any word and you're not sure of the meaning or meanings of that word, you should highlight that word. You've got to highlight a pen for that purpose and look it up in the dictionary and enter it into your vocabulary book. If you take long finding words in the dictionary, you'll tend to do it less, and therefore, first of all, taking longer to do what you have to do, and secondly, enjoying it less, and in the long run, learning fewer words, which is to your disadvantage. So it's to your advantage to get good at finding words in the dictionary quickly. So first we're going to look up the word pair, spelled P-A-R-E. When you pick up the dictionary, have nothing else in your hands, because you need both hands in order to use it efficiently. Next thing is, when you open the dictionary, don't open it at a random place. The word begins with the letter P, which is in the second half of the alphabet, but not far, because M is halfway through and N is on the other side and P is soon after that. So there's roughly halfway and just past halfway. So open it in a sensible place. Then have your thumbs either side. Now, the first place you look is at the words in the top left and top right corners, and they both begin with the letter M for mother. I want to go further back in the dictionary towards P. So what I do is I use the right thumb to flick. Now, the pocket dictionary is designed with flexible covers to allow you to bend the cover so that you can flick. So if I was going to flick the other way, obviously, I'd need my left hand. But I'm going to flick towards the back, so I need my right hand, which is why you need both hands. So flicking whilst looking at the word in the top right, I've got to the O's now, so I'm close. So I keep flicking because I want the P's. And here we are on the P's, and here I have pancreas and padre. So this spread contains the words from padre up to pancreas. Now I'm looking for pair, which is P-A-R. That means I haven't reached my page yet. So I look here, I'm on P-A-N, and I want P-A-R. So I now flick slowly, one page at a time, because I know I'm close. And here I have P-A-R, but it's P-A-R-A, paramour. So the last word on this spread is paramour. So if I flick to the next page, and do the same thing here, paranoia up to partition, P-A-R-T. So I know that if the word is in the dictionary, it has to be on this spread, because pair, P-A-R-E, comes between paranoia and partition. So it's only at this stage that I start looking at the words on the page, and I use my finger to go down P-A-R-A, P-A-R-C, P-A-R-C, P-A-R-D, P-A-R-E, which is the word I'm looking for, pair. And here it says V in italics, which means it's a verb, and the meaning it gives is cut off the skin or top layer of, and in brackets it says often followed by down, meaning pare down, which means reduce in size or amount. So to pare down means to reduce in size or amount, and it can be made into pairing, which is a noun, and a pairing is a piece that has been paired off. So the word pair is a verb, and it means to cut off the skin or top layer of something. And when it's followed by down, so pare down, it means to reduce in size or amount. And when you put the ing ending on it, pairing, it becomes a noun, which is the piece that's been paired off. Now the next thing you should do is to write the word into your vocabulary book. So any word that you look up, you should enter it into the vocabulary book, which is this. So I'm going to do that now to show you how you do that. Now I want to keep my page I open the vocabulary book and it's a new word. So for every new word, I put a bullet point to show that that is a new entry. And I write the word, which is pair, clearly, and it is a verb. So I'll indicate that, and it means cut off. I'm writing the meaning as it is in the dictionary: cut off the skin or top layer. Of. That's the meaning of pair. We don't normally write down the meanings of phrases containing pair, but you can do that if you want to. Another thing you can do if you have time and you want to is to try and write a sentence containing the word pair, which can help you to remember the meaning of the word. But this can be very challenging to do and very time consuming. So in order not to put you off looking words in the dictionary, that is an option. To write a sentence using the word would be useful, and so do it if you have the time. Now, the last thing you do when you enter the word in the dictionary is to highlight the word. So every word you enter should be highlighted like that. Okay. Now let's find another word. So we close the dictionary and start from scratch. The next word is ubiquitous. Now, nothing in my hands. U is towards the end of the alphabet, so I'm going to open the dictionary towards the end of the alphabet, perhaps 4/5 of the way through. Open it, and I'm still only on the S's. So I'm going to flick towards the back quite quickly because I want to get to U's. So I go past the S's, past the T's, and I'm going to deliberately go a little too far. Okay, I've gone on to the V's. Now what I want to do is go back to the U's, so I flick the other way by bending the cover a little bit. Okay, so we're in the U's now, and I'm actually at the start of the U's, and I notice that the word up here is ubiquitous, which means it's the first word on this spread. And in fact, in this dictionary, ubiquitous is the first word under U. So that was easy to find. And what it says is it's an adjective, adj, being or seeming to be everywhere at once. And with a y ending, ubiquity, it becomes a noun. So ubiquitous is an adjective, a describing word, meaning being or seeming to be everywhere at once. So what I do is write the word, being careful to spell it correctly, ubiquitous, O-U-S ending. It's an adjective, I'll just abbreviate that to ADJ, and it means being or seeming to be. Everywhere at once. And the last thing I do is highlight the word ubiquitous in the vocabulary book. Now I'm going to look up the word doer, which is spelt D-O-U-R. D is the fourth letter of the alphabet, though it's early on. If I open the dictionary in roughly the first quarter to fifth of the alphabet, I happen to have opened it at crumble and cunning, so I need to flick to the right towards the D's. I'm on DE. I want to keep going because I notice I'm only looking at the words in the top left and right, not the words on the pages. And I keep flicking. I'm up to dispose. I want to keep going. I'm on DOs now, doctor. I'm looking for DOU, so I'm flicking one page at a time, and I've gone on to DOW, which is past DOU. So I see whether I'm on the correct spread. Yes, I am, because the first word on this spread is done, D-O-N-E, and the last is down. And my word, D-O-U, if it's in here, is between those two words. So I know that I'm on the right spread. So I look on the left page and it's up to DOUB, double. So it's going to be sometime not far after that if it's in here. So here we are, doubt, douche, dough, and here it is, doer. And it gives you a pronunciation to help as well, doer. Adjective, sullen and unfriendly, and it can be made into a noun, doerness. So doer is an adjective and it means sullen and unfriendly. So the next thing I do, I want to keep that page and I want to enter it into my vocabulary book. So doer, D-O-U-R, it's an adjective and it means sullen and unfriendly. And the last thing I do is highlight the word door in the vocabulary book. And one more, the word is mnemonic, which starts with an M, which is very near the middle of the alphabet, and therefore I'm going to look very near the middle of the dictionary. So if I open it close to the middle, I'm on the L's. I've got up to Lilliputian or Lilliputian. I'm still on L's. I want mnemonic, which is M-N. Now I've got up to mongrel, M-O, and here is M-O. M-N would be just before that, so I'm going to flick one page. And it happens to be mnemonic. So mnemonic is actually the last word on this spread. So there it is, mnemonic. It can be a noun or an adjective, as many words can be more than one part of speech. So something such as a rhyme intended to help the memory, and the meaning does not continue over leaf, but I want to check. Okay, so mnemonic can be a noun or an adjective, and it is something such as a rhyme intended to help the memory. So a memory aid, if you like. I used a mnemonic in the first unit of nonverbal reasoning. I used the mnemonic COLAS, C-O-L-A-S, to help remember the 5 categories of components that can make up a picture. So that was an example of a mnemonic, and you probably know several others you've learned at school. In any case, what I do now is I enter the word mnemonic in my vocabulary book, mnemonic, and it can be a noun or an adjective, and it is something something intended to help the memory. So when you're talking about something that is intended to help the memory, it's a noun, but as an adjective it would be intended to help the memory. And of course I highlight that. So now it's very clear. I've got 4 words in my vocabulary book. There, each one has a bullet point. It's been highlighted. I've put what part of speech or parts of speech it belongs to, and then the dictionary meanings.